Hello everyone, I'm Jasmine Sidhu and I welcome you all to my English channel. In my today's video, I'll be taking up the explanation of Chapter 2 of Movements book prescribed by CBSE for class 9th. The name of the chapter is The Adventures of Toto and it has been penned down by Ruskin Bond. Now before taking the chapter in detail, let me first thank all my subscribers for subscribing my channel and those who have yet not subscribed my channel, please quickly subscribe my channel and don't forget to ring the bell because then only you will be getting the notifications of my new upcoming videos. And if today's video is liked by you, then please do not forget to like and share my video. Now let's have a look at the life of the author. Ruskin Bond, he is an Indian-born author with British descent. He was born on 19 May 1934 at Kasauli in British India. He did his schooling from Bishop Cotton School, Shimla. Now, if we talk about his writing style, he took to writing at a very, very young age. He was 17 when he wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, and at the age of 21 it was published. Most of his works are influenced by life in the hill stations at the foothills of the Himalayas. Why? Because he had spent his childhood over there. He achieved many awards for his outstanding work like Sahitya Academy Award in 1992, Padma Shri Award in 1999 and Padma Bhushan in 2014. So this was about the author. Now let me give you a brief outline about the chapter. This chapter, it is basically a humorous story and we will talk about the experiences of people who keep animals as pets. It sends us a strong message that we should respect animals and the rights of the animals and we should love them unconditionally. But then one more thing it is telling us that all animals do not adapt to the human life, right? So we'll see that how this message has been brought out beautifully in this chapter. Now let's look at the characters over here. The main character over here is grandfather and we'll see that he is a lover of animals and he has his own zoo. He was having a private zoo. He has an appreciative eye for animals and believes that a tail adds to anyone's good looks. That is basically he was fascinated by the animals. He loved animals unconditionally. He once bought a baby monkey from a Tonga driver and he named him Toto and he tried to make him comfortable in his house, but towards the end of the story we'll see that he realized that wild animals can't be kept as pets for a long time. And if I tell you about the other main character Toto, he is a baby monkey which was purchased by the grandfather for the sum of 5 rupees from Tonga driver. This monkey was a very, very cute monkey. He had bright eyes, but his eyes sparkled with mischief. He had pearly white teeth, he had a long tail, and the fingers of his hand were very quick and wicked. And he used his tail as the third hand, right? So we can judge that he was a very naughty baby monkey. So let's start with the chapter. Now, as I told you, grandfather, he was a lover of animals and for 5 rupees, he purchased this baby monkey from the Tonga driver and named him Toto. But when he brought him to the house, he kept it as a top secret because grandmother, she never liked animals. She didn't have much liking for animals, but then she couldn't do much because grandfather was owning a private zoo. He had immense love for the animals, right? So when he brought him to the house, he kept it as a secret and this monkey was put in a closet of the narrator's bedroom, okay? And this monkey was tied to a peg, right? And he was kept over there. But as a result, what happened? This monkey, he tore off the wallpaper, he tore off the blazer of the narrator, and he spoiled the whole room. He pulled the peg also out of the wall, and it was all messed up. Now, when the narrator he complained it to the grandfather was very proud of the monkey. He told that you should be happy that he did not, just join the shreds of your blazer and made it as a rope and ran out of the window. So he was still happy, right, that he is inside the house. Anyhow, but they had to move him from the closet to the other place, right? So they shifted Toto to the servants' quarters. Now, in the servants' quarters, the narrator and his grandfather, they were already having certain tamed pet animals over there, like squirrel, rabbit, right? They were having a tamed goat over there. And amidst all these animals, he was also kept in a big cage, right? But the monkey, he created ruckus there also. He did not let any of the animals sleep at night in the servants' quarters. And then eventually, next day, the grandfather, he had to go to Saharanpur to collect his pension. So he decided that he should take the monkey along with him because grandmother was not aware about this new incumbent in the house. So he arranged a big black canvas kit and he put some straw at the bottom of the bag so that Toto could be put into that bag and he could be comfortable and he could uh, carry Toto with him to Saharanpur. Now he started the journey. He boarded a train. Everything was fine. Though people they were a little surprised at why the bag is twisting, jumping, and rolling on the floor of its own. Right. This drew the attention of the onlookers, and the grandfather somehow he was able to manage. But when he alighted from the train and he reached Saharanpur, right, somehow the naughty monkey he was able to take out his head from the bag. And when grandfather he was about to show ticket to the ticket collector, the ticket collector noticed this monkey and he told the grandfather to pay the fare for the monkey. Though grandfather he was annoyed that why for a monkey and that too he's in a bag. Though the ticket collector he told that see monkey is a dog. It's as equal to a dog with four legs. So you need to pay for him and he charged 3 rupees from the grandfather as a fare. Then, the reaction of the grandfather was that he took out tortoise also from his pocket and told that he would take the money for this tortoise also. But then the ticket collector, he scrutinized the tortoise, he patted the tortoise lovingly and he told, no, this is not a dog, so there is no need to pay for this animal and he went away from there. Anyhow, this was the incident at the station. Then he went to the office, collected his pension, and he came back and he was somewhat prepared that now grandmother has to be told about the monkey. So he announced the stay of the monkey in the house and he was shifted into a stable, right? And the grandmother, she also felt that he would be comfortable in the stable. But in the stable, they were already having the family donkey named Nana. Now that night, it was a difficult night for the donkey because monkey he was very very naughty. He didn't let the donkey sleep in the stable at that night. Rather, when the grandfather came out to have a look at the animals, he felt that the donkey is very restless. He patted on his back, but to his surprise, what he observed, he saw that the monkey has put his sharp teeth on the ears of the donkey. That's why the donkey was restless and shouting in pain. And that night, one thing was clear to both the animals that they cannot be friends, right? And they cannot stay together. Anyhow, the story moves further, and again, the grandfather he is telling about various anecdotes which happened due to which he had to take a very very important decision at the end of the lesson. Now he is talking about the bathing scene of Toto. As we all know that monkeys they are great imitators. So this monkey used to observe the narrator how he used to take bath, and similarly he used to work on the same footsteps. Now the winter evenings they were really cold, and he used to love to take bath during the cold winter evenings in hot water. The grandmother used to give him a bowl of hot water, and first, the way the narrator used to do, he used to first check the temperature of the water with his hand, then step into the bathtub, first his one leg, then the another leg, and nicely he used to get into the bathing tub, pick up the soap, apply soap all over it, and enjoy it. And when he used to feel that the water is now getting cold, he used to run to the kitchen to dry himself, right? And if anybody used to laugh or make fun of him or disturbed him, he used to be very annoyed. He used to be very angry, right? Another incident quoted over here is about the kitchen scene. Once the monkey, he was just roaming here and there in the house. He had nothing to do. So he entered the kitchen and he saw a large kettle with water inside it. And he didn't notice that the fire was burning underneath the kettle. That kettle was basically having water for tea, and grandmother had put it on the fire so that the water should get warm and then she make the tea. But this monkey, he felt that the water is of no use, so he tried to put his first finger inside the kettle. He felt that the water was pretty comfortable, the temperature was comfortable as per him. So he stepped into the kettle. He struggled to get into it, but he managed to get into the kettle, and he started enjoying. But after some time, when the water started boiling, at that moment he sensed that something is wrong. And he was lucky enough that the grandmother, she saw him and she came to rescue him, and he was saved. Otherwise, he would have been burned that very day. Then another thing which the author is talking about is the lunch episode. The grandmother, she was having her friend over there, and whenever anybody used to come to visit her, the main aim of the monkey was to tear the dress of the lady. And now that day also, what happened during the lunchtime, the family, they came inside to have lunch, but surprisingly, Toto was sitting on the dining table and he was having the rice in the rice dish. So the moment he saw them coming inside, firstly he threw a glass of water at the lady, right? And when he saw that grandfather is coming, he just took up the rice dish and he ran away from the window and went out and sat on the jackfruit tree, and he ate each and every grain of the rice from the plate. And because he knew that grandmother is noticing him, to irritate her, he, after finishing the rice, he dropped the plate from the tree and it was broken, right? But at that point of time, you know, grandfather, he realized one thing, that belonging to a middle class family, right, they cannot afford such frequent losses, right? Because sometimes he used to tear the dress of the, you know, the people, those who were visiting to their house, or sometimes, even it was the dress of the grandmother only, the blazer was torn by him, the curtains were spoiled by him, the wallpaper of the house was spoiled by him, and then he had no shame for breaking the utensils also of the house. So eventually the grandfather, he decided that he cannot afford this monkey. It's better that this monkey should be returned back to the Tonga driver. And the very next day he approached that Tonga driver and he returned this monkey. Rather, he sold him back for the cost of 3 rupees. If you remember, he purchased him for 5 rupees, but now he sold it back at the cost of 3 rupees to the Tonga driver, and he realized that every pet animal cannot be tamed. So that's all about in this story, children. I hope you might have understood. So if you have liked the video, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.